The BDN Main Game of the Week is presented by Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk. The BDN Main Game of the Week is also brought to you by Tradewinds Markets, Greenway Equipment Sales, Dean's Detailing, and by Bangor Savings Bank, Northeast Driving School, and Digital Workshop. The BDN Main Game of the Week is a production of Sportsnet Maine. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the BDN Main Game of the Week. We're live tonight at Carmichael Field at Bucksport High School. Tonight, it is the MDI Trojans taking on the Bucksport Golden Bucks. Jim Churchill, along with Ernie Clark from the Bangor Daily News. Let's start with the visitors, MDI. They've had some success here in recent years and trying to carry that success into this cross-division matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. Defending Class C North champions, first regional championship in school history. So a big year last year. Bouncing back pretty effectively so far this year. Have a fairly veteran backfield, and they've had a tough schedule, particularly week one. They went to Winslow, which has traditionally been the team to beat in that division. Came out of it with a loss, but a 1-point loss that I think gave them a lot of confidence moving forward in the season. Knocked off Old Town last week in the Class C game and should be tested tonight in a, as you mentioned, a cross-conference game against the Class D Bucksport Golden Bucks.
And speaking of the Golden Bucks, obviously Coach Sankey has been here a long time. Still seems very excited about his group. He says it is young, but ready to get it going here against the Trojans.
Yeah, I think as long as he's able to go out and play a round of golf early in the morning, he's all set for the rest of the day. But Joel Sankey, into his third decade, I believe, as the head coach, the all-time leader in coaching victories for the Little Ten Conference, which stretches back to 1950, so that speaks highly of that number. And he's got a team this year that figures to be one of the better teams in Class D North in the LTC. Got off to a little bit of a rocky start, went to Lisbon in week one. Lisbon, the defending Class D South champions, and Lisbon kind of put it to them on the road, 26-13. Bounced back last week, barely, taking overtimes, multiple overtimes to knock off Mattinock Cook Academy, a good Mattinock Cook Academy team. And now in week three, the Golden Bucks get to play their first home game of the season. Veteran quarterback Chase Carmichael to lead the way, so I'm sure the Golden Bucks really looking forward to playing in front of their home fans.
Tremendous weather here tonight for this one. We've got a great setting at Carmichael Field. Should be fun. We're looking forward to it. Stay tuned. Coming up next, it's the coaches on the BDN Main Game of the Week.
It's your picnic table and your park bench. It's your hotel room, your office, and your nursery. It's your first date and a shoulder to cry on. It's your barbershop, your dance floor, and your toolbox. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
Exclusive savings are happening at a Tradewinds location near you. Save big with our happy hour specials every day from 4 to 6 p.m. Grab a family size one-topping pizza, $6.99. Get 1 pound of our tender boneless wings, $6.99. A full pound of our locally famous buffalo wings, $6.99. Or 1 pound of our crispy french fries, just $2.99. Get this bundle deal and save 50%. Score even more with extended hours on Sunday at a Tradewinds location near you.
What do you get when you combine pure diesel power with 1,600 pounds of raw iron and steel? Meet the 2R Series from John Deere. Up to 32 horsepower, 4-wheel drive, cruise control, and a 6-year powertrain warranty that's best in its class. This rugged workhorse won't make your breakfast, but with quick attach features, you can do pretty much anything else. Ride one today at your John Deere dealer.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
Since 2006, we've offered free ATMs worldwide to our customers, saving them over $16 million. Bangor Savings Bank. You matter more.
All right, joined now by Coach Mark Shields of the MDI Trojans. Coach, you've had some success here in recent years and months. Just talk about carrying that success into this season.
Yeah, we've done pretty well the last couple of years. Last few years, our number one goal each year is to get ourselves into the playoffs. We've always believed that, there's 2 seasons in every season, and the first season is your regular season, and hopefully you win enough games to get you in that postseason. And we've been fortunate enough to do that. And last season we actually were able to make a decent playoff run and have a real good season. So we'll see. It's so young in the season still. Week 3 be a big test tonight against a really well-coached Bucksport team. They're going to be tough, athletic, everything you want in a football team. So we're going to have to play well tonight if we want to compete.
All right, Coach, in assessing your team, what do you see as strengths with your group and maybe some opportunities for them to grow here in this season?
Yeah, I would say that our backfield is definitely a strength. I pretty much have my whole starting backfield. Came back. I lost one kid last year on one of my halfbacks. We replaced him with another kid, and that kid's playing really well. So our offensive line, we have a experienced offensive line. We have 15 seniors on our team, so we are an experienced team. So I definitely say that's a strength. Every team needs to improve. Turnovers were a problem the first week versus Winslow. We did better last week versus Old Town. We'll see how well we do tonight against Bucksport. But, every team's looking to get better. Special teams for sure. Right now our kicking game, our PAT game is something that we've really focused on the last week or so. We've had trouble with that. So, we'll learn more after tonight's game.
All right, Coach, let's first talk about your team. How would you characterize the Golden Bucks here in this 2017 season?
We're very young. We're playing a lot of kids, freshmen, sophomores. We have 6 seniors on the team out of 35 or 36 kids. So we're young. We have some talent. We have a senior quarterback who's pretty good. We have good skilled people.
And let's talk about the opponent here tonight, the MDI Trojans. Obviously, you're stepping up a class here, taking on MDI. They've had it going pretty well here the last couple of years.
Yes, they have. They're very good. They got a lot of talent. They're coming off of appearance in the state championship. We have our hands full tonight.
You've been doing this a lot of years. Not to age you a little bit there, but you've been doing a lot of years. How excited are you? This is obviously a game 3 for you, but how excited are you in this season once again?
Very. Like I said, we're very young. We're going to get better every game. These kids get experience. Come the end of the year, we'll see.
It's your Monday morning and your Friday night. It's your suitcase, your tour guide, and your photo booth. It's your new beginning and your fresh start. It's your library, your hotspot, and your movie theater.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect drive over mower deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the BDN Maine Game of the Week. Great to have you with us. We are at Carmichael Fields here at Bucksport High School. I'm Jim Churchill, joined on the broadcast tonight here by Ernie Clark from the Bangor Daily News. As you look down on the field, you can see the captains from each side here in tonight's matchup between the MDI Trojans and the Bucksport Golden Bucks. And it looks like the MDI Trojans have elected to receive after winning the coin toss here as the visitors in this one. Ernie Clark from the Bangor Daily News. Got a great setting here at Carmichael Field. Got a nice backdrop, Ernie, with the Penobscot Narrows Bridge, and a beautiful night for football.
Beautiful night. Borderline a little warm for the players, I would guess. Temperature's still up there. Haven't made their way down as the sun sets off to the west there. But 2 Hancock County teams that really haven't seen each other much over the years, haven't played in quite a while, have been in different classes, are in different classes this year, but with the way the schedule was developed statewide, each team in classes B, C, and D having 2 crossover games, this serves as one of those crossover games with Class C MDI against Bucksport, the Class D team, and one of the teams to beat in the Little 10 Conference.
Glad you got that county thing out of the way right off the bat.
That's right.
After my miscue last week in the Dexter Foxcroft game. All right, the Golden Bucks will be kicking it off and doing the honors. Keegan Ricard, a senior, will kick it off to MDI.
Back deep for the Trojans is Colby Lee. Ricard. Left-footed booter. Boots it down to about the 27-yard line. Fielded by one of the receivers there and taking it back near midfield. Pretty good return there after receiving the football is Elijah Joyce.
Yeah, Joyce will be in the starting backfield for MDI along with quarterback Andrew Phelps. Kobe Leah returning tailback from last year's championship team. Croy Albee, the starting fullback on that team, has an injured ankle and has not played yet this season. Expected back next week, but MDI will have to do without him for a third straight game.
Phelps hands it off. Inside it goes, and a short gain there for Joyce. And pumped up for the Golden Bucks. Number 78, Skylar McNair, who's in on the tackle. So a short gain for the Trojans on the first offensive play of the ball game. Yeah, Coach Mark Shields, talking with him prior to this one, when I asked him about the strengths of his team, went right to the backfield.
Yeah, that's where they have the most experience. Not a lot of secrets in terms of MDI. They'll run that T, just try to run it down your throat and take time off the clock at the same time.
This time the handoff goes to Colby Lee. He's going to take it to the outside. He's got one man to beat. He's going to take it home. Colby Lee to the 5. He's into the end zone. And just like that, the MDI Trojans on the scoreboard, and they lead this one 6-0.
A sweep to the right by Lee, who set up on the left side of that three-man T formation. Took the handoff from Phelps, made one nice juke to get around the corner, and then once he was down the sideline, Bucksport didn't have the speed to catch up, and MDI on the board in a hurry with Kobe Lee's 57-yard touchdown run.
You can see that run there by Lee, getting around that first would-be tackler, taking it down the right sideline for a touchdown. And the extra point is good. So the Trojans very quickly, just 56 seconds into the ball game, they've got a 7-0 lead against the Bucksport Golden Bucks.
MDI tries to pride itself in ball control, but if you can carry it all the way to the end zone, who needs ball control? And now we'll see what Bucksport can do to answer that, as I don't know that anybody expected there be a touchdown on the board this early in the game.
MDI coming in with a record of 1-1, lost the season opener at Winslow by just 1 point. Off to a good start in this one. So now the Trojans will be kicking from right to left here. Couple of Golden Bucks back deep. Logan Stanley, he's just a freshman. Coach Joel Sankey talking about his young team. Also back there, Carter Tolmansoff. And it's going to be Stanley bringing it back to about the 35-yard line, and that's where the Golden Bucks will get things started, make it the 34 of Bucksport.
Mentioned earlier, Chase Carmichael, senior, is the quarterback. He's been a 1,000-yard passer each of the last 2 seasons for Coach Joel Sankey, who line up in a power I formation.
Carmichael, the give on first down. And looks to be about a 4-yard gain there for the Golden Bucks. Up to the 38-yard line. Carry there for Lucas Wardwell. 2nd down and 6 for the Golden Bucks. Class D North team, the Golden Bucks, coming in with a record of 1-1. Right now they're on top of the heap in the Crabtree standings. Here's Carmichael's going to take it himself, and he'll get it up to the 40-yard line. Chase Carmichael, little pedigree in that young man's athleticism.
Yeah, this stadium is named after his father, grandfather, excuse me, Bob. His father was a heck
Robbie.
of a football player who went on to play at the University of Maine.
That is Robbie. Chase surveys the situation. Key third down play here early in this one. And Carmichael fires over the middle. It's going to be in and out of the hands, and we've got a penalty flag. As unable to hold on there was Tyson Gray. And let's see what the penalty is here. Gray was kind of hurled to the ground there after he was unable to reel that one in.
Yeah, the flag came from the official in the offensive backfield toward the receiver and defensive back. They're going to call a face mask, personal foul face mask.
A big break for the Golden Bucks. That'll give them their first down of the ball game.
Actually, a pretty good defense in terms of body positioning. The MDI player was number 80, Samuel Hoff.
It's one of the big ones too, Ernie.
Yeah, it was behind Gray and didn't get there too soon, knocked the ball away, but obviously got his hand lodged in the old face mask, and that goes for 15 yards.
7-0 MDI. Now the Golden Bucks in Trojan territory. And the give here to number 12. That's going to be Lucas Wardwell. Tries to zig and zag his way through that MDI defense. In the end, picks up about 4 yards.
Penalties were one of the problems that Bucksport had last week in outlasting Madden-Norcook Academy in 3 overtimes. That and 6 turnovers, but MDI with the first mistake tonight.
From the shotgun, quick hitter here, and it's going to go for first down yardage, and breaking some tackles there is Keegan Ricard. Good job there by the senior. Accurate pass from Carmichael, and then Ricard doing all the work after the catch.
Yeah, pretty crafty. He looked like a slot receiver once he caught the ball, just kind of scampering left and then right in search of some free space. Out in the right flat, spins through one tackle, bounces off another and a fourth tackle.
Still spinning.
Finally, it was tackled by numbers there by MDI, and another gain, another first down for the Golden Bucks.
Here's Carmichael taking it himself. He's got some room on that right side. He'll pound his way down to the 17-yard line, taking down near the near sideline. And they're going to take a look across the way. That's a first down once again for the Golden Bucks. And the chain gang will advance once again. So good response here by Bucksport.
Yeah, they
after
really
the quick touchdown by the Trojans.
aided by the penalty there when it came on a third down play. Kept it alive.
High snap, but it's taken down by Carmichael. And the carry there by Ricard. Or check that, Wardwell. Wardwell gets just about a half a yard on that first play. Second down and 9 for Bucksport. They trail it by 7. Carmichael out of the shotgun, looking downfield, looking for that left corner. He's got a man open and getting into the end zone. Touchdown pass to Carter Tolmansoff. Junior wideout, perfect pass there from Chase Carmichael. And bouncing back very quickly, the Bucksport Golden Bucks. After MDI scored a touchdown just 56 seconds into the ball game, Bucksport responds about 3 minutes later. Tolmansoff on the receiving end, play designed very well. He was wide open over in that left corner. And plenty of air underneath that football, right on the money.
I'm going to double check that number on their receiver.
Now they're going for 2 here, and the pass is going to be incomplete. Tolmansoff, the intended receiver, but cannot come up with that one. So plenty of action here at the beginning of this first quarter. 7-6 our score. MDI with the lead.
Yeah, great march down the field by Bucksport Golden Bucks. 66 yards in 8 plays. Certainly that third down face mask penalty against MDI was crucial, as it gave Bucksport not only a first down but moved the ball into MDI territory, and then the mix of the pass and the run, very effective for the Golden Bucks.
Of course, the field named after Bob Carmichael. Program here with the Golden Bucks. They won 3 state championships before Joel Sankey took over the program. Powerhouse in the late 60s, early 70s. Between 1968 and 1974, Ernie, Golden Bucks went 50, 10, and 2. 3 LTC championships under Carmichael during his 18-year stint here as the head coach.
Yeah, much bigger school back in the days. Still played in a lower class because all the schools were bigger back in those days, it seems. But certainly had a juggernaut, and as recently as 2004 was a state champion. The Nick Tomasco era.
End over end kick fielded at the 23, going right up the middle, and finally taken down just shy of the 50, taking it to the 48 for the Trojans is Colby Lee. So once again, MDI is going to have excellent field position here. Their second possession of the ball game. Scored very quickly their first time.
Tell you what, you better get your hands on Colby Lee early. That's 2 times he's touched the ball, and big yardage both times.
Handoff this time, and taking it up to midfield. That is number 11, Abraham Malloy.
Yeah, that time handed off to the first guy, and then did a nice job, did Phelps, the quarterback, of completing the fakes after he actually gave the handoff to Curley. So that's part of the key to the success of the T, is to keep the defense guessing as to where the ball actually is.
This time the handoff's going to go to Joyce, and he'll power his way to a first down. Takes it down to the 38th of Bucksport, and a little extracurricular activity going on in the defensive backfield. But a first down for the Trojans.
That's legal in the NFL. You've got a teammate kind of making the tackle there, as it turned out, but good for big yardage in the first down.
Phelps, the quarterback, this time hands it off inside Colby Lee. He pounds his way to another first down. So looks like a first down. It's going to be fairly close here. Maybe it's a little bit short. So it's going to bring up second down and about 1. Joel Sankey, veteran coach, looking on down below our broadcast position here at Carmichael Field. Flagged there, one of the offensive linemen, a tad early. So legal procedure against the Golden Bucks will set them back 5 yards. Oh, pardon me, MDI.
They had a 50-50 shot.
MDI up 7-6. Here's another first down for MDI. Tripped up inside the 20-yard line. Colby Lee once again. So he's racking up the yards in this first quarter. See, good work there by that offensive liner, and giving Lee plenty of room on that right side, and he took full advantage.
Yeah, and the thing about it is you anticipate MDI running up the middle with that T backfield, but they've got the speed to get outside, so they really stretch the defense. And that time, Lee with his speed for the 14-yard gain.
And they do go inside this time. They go back to Billy Curley. Curley, a 5-yard pickup there on first down.
And again, as Lee and Joyce kind of motion wide, the eyes of the defense tend to want to go with them because they're the big ground gainers, and that made for a good hole up the middle by Billy Curley.
Phelps barking out the signals. And this time, Lee goes nowhere. Once again, getting into that MDI backfield for the Golden Bucks, Skylar McNair. Man, oh man. Was that 78 or 76?
Oh, it was 78.
That's what I thought. So Skylar McNair. He's only a freshman, Ernie. One big boy there.
He really is. There's a grocery budget. Then again, so am I.
Here's Lee. Little crease there on the right side. He's going to be short of the first down, so it's going to bring up a 4th down here for the Trojans. First one they have faced here tonight.
4th down and about 4. That's another running play for the Trojans.
Head coach of the Trojans, Mark Shields, hails from Skowhegan in his 18th year as a head coach. Career record over 500. Very low numbers when Coach Shields took over in that Trojan program, Ernie, but a resurrection of sorts here for MDI football. Here's Lee trying to get to the outside. He is successful and now driven out of bounds inside the 5. So conversion there on 4th down for MDI. It was 4th and 4. Been working the middle and that right side a lot, and that time coming to the near side. And again, good work by that offensive line for the Trojans.
See, stringing out of the play, almost a tackle there by Bucksport, and that allowed just enough time for some of the Golden Bucks defenders to get over to the corner, to beat Lee to the corner to prevent the touchdown.
Phelps hands it off to Joyce. Joyce takes it down. Pardon me. All choked up here, Ernie. Joyce takes it down to the 1-yard line.
Well, there's a lot of action. They're going right up and down the field on each other in different ways, but doing it.
Our keep here tonight, 3:16 left to go in the first quarter. Time called here, so a break in the action. Saying Coach Shields turning the program around at MDI. Low numbers when he took over.
Yeah, they got the Acadian Football League down there during that time as well. Youth football program down there, and together they kind of grew together to the point where MDI has kind of gradually improved itself from struggling team to middle of the road team to the point now where they're champions a year ago, and certainly showing all the part of being a top contender for a regional championship, at least again this year.
I said every year the goal is to get to the show, get to the playoffs, and the Trojans have been successful in that endeavor the last 7 years.
Yep, like you say, a consistent playoff team. A little frustrated, had a rough time against Wells in the state final last year, and I think some of the returning players are using that as motivation to get back there again.
And they go inside. And it's going to be Curley with the carry there, but he comes up short. Third and goal for MDI, seeking their second touchdown here in the first quarter. First one coming in their first possession. Just 56 seconds into the ball game. Phelps, and this time it's going to be Joyce, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown number 2 for MDI, and that'll expand their lead to 7. After their second rushing touchdown, they lead it 13-6 over Bucksport.
Yeah, that's a tough situation for your defense to be in if you're Bucksport, knowing MDI has so many options out of that T offense, and with the fakes and everything else, it's a pretty challenging job to know who has the ball. That time, Joyce got just enough to get into the end zone.
James McConomy with the extra point. It is true. Trailing it by 8. Spectacular night.
Well, Bucksport was in a 48-42 game last week, albeit taking some overtimes, but we're at a pretty high-flying pace here so far with the offenses dominating play, but what you've seen from MDI is what they do. They get 3 running backs in that eye, and they just use blocking at the line of scrimmage and some deception in terms of fake handoffs, and then trying to beat the defense to the spot, and then in the case of Kobe Lee, using the speed to get outside, and all that has worked so far here in the first quarter for MDI, and Bucksport's left to play catch-up again.
Penobscot Narrows Bridge, just part of the scenery here tonight. Nice backdrop for this one at Carmichael Field.
Have you been up in the
observatory?
Up top, yeah.
No, I have not.
That's a good place to go in the fall, I would think, huh? See all the
short kick, and it's going to be fielded by Wardwell, and the junior takes it up to the 40-yard line of Bucksport, so the Golden Bucks are going to start with good field position.
See all the trees lining both sides of Penobscot Bay there.
I'm not good with heights, though, Arnie. I don't know.
Well,
I've been to the top of the Prudential Building in Boston. That was many years ago. I survived that, but
maybe it's something you need to overcome here before it's too late.
Got to face up to it here. All right, Golden Bucks trying to fight back once again, and a good start up the middle. First down yardage into MDI territory. Go the Golden Bucks.
Quick hitter there by Lucas Wardwell.
Wardwell being picked up off the turf there by a couple of teammates. Deserves a little hand there after that first down pickup. 14 yards on the carry for Wardwell. First down and 10. Golden Bucks at the 44 of MDI.
Yeah, just a quick burst through the offensive line, and found himself with some open space for his biggest gain of the night.
Carmichael under center here, and a quick pitch left side. Tolman's off, and he's going nowhere. Maybe got a half a yard there, but good pursuit from the Trojan defense.
Yeah, I call that maybe a half a yard gain there. Good pursuit there by MCI. Tomasoff with some good speed, but couldn't capitalize on it there as MDI was waiting for him at the corner.
Very young team, this Golden Buck unit. Carmichael, though, a veteran senior, zips one to the near side, and the catch is made, but once again the pursuit there and gang tackling from the Trojans. Pass completed to Keegan Ricard, but not much room to work there for Ricard. Let's see, it's going to be about third and a long 7.
Yep, call it 8. Again, good defense by MCI getting out to the corners as Bucksport's trying to spread the field on them and unable to do it in that situation.
Carmichael under center once again. Big third down play. We've got whistles and a flag. And what do we got here? Looks like it's going to be against MDI. Offsides for the Trojans. So another break for the Golden Bucks.
Yeah, that first drive was aided by a third down penalty. That one a 15-yarder for face mask as Bucksport went down to score. Now, instead of third and long, it's third and relatively short at about 3 yards to go. So many more options for the Bucksport offense and Coach Joel Sankey.
Pretty big offensive line for the Golden Bucks. Carmichael. Deep handoff, Wardwell, and he's got the first down. He's inside the 30, taken down at the 28. So this Golden Buck offense marches on. They're racking up the yards. We're still in the first quarter. 40 seconds.
Again, good blocking by that Bucksport offensive line to create that quick hole. You don't need to make the hole last long, just long enough for Wardwell to get through it.
And they pass it right again, but MDI right there. Logan Stanley, the receiver for Bucksport. Down at just about the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 here for the Golden Bucks.
And I don't think they'll be able to get another play off here.
That will do it for the first quarter. A busy one it was here at Carmichael Field between the MDI Trojans and the Bucksport Golden Bucks. After one here tonight, it is MDI 14 and Bucksport 6. This is the BDN Maine Game of the Week.
It's your picnic table and your park bench. It's your hotel room, your office, and your nursery. It's your first date and a shoulder to cry on. It's your barbershop, your dance floor, and your toolbox. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family Tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect Drive Over Mower Deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
Welcome back to Carmichael Field here, I guess we can say on the campus of Bucksport High School. Jim Churchill, Ernie Clark. Ernie from the Bangor Daily News. Pulling double duty here tonight, Ernesto. You are certainly multifaceted, able to multitask.
I think in the old days they would call that jack of all trades, master of none, but giving it a shot here.
Humble as always.
Excuse me while I tweet.
Oh, jeez. You step back into 2017 here and do some tweeting. All right, Golden Bucks initially hit there near the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be Wardwell, but able to push forward. I like how Wardwell gets that quick start there, and he sees the hole and he seizes upon the hole.
It doesn't wait, as you're right. They obviously are plays designed to go to a specific place, and he looks and sees it, and he just splashed through normally.
3rd down and 4 for Bucksport. They trail it by 8. 14-6 our score, just underway here in the second quarter. Chase Carmichael, the senior quarterback, rolls back, looks downfield, lobs it up near the goal line, and almost making a catch there is Logan Stanley, but unable to hold on. Defender in the vicinity there for MDI, Abram Malloy.
He had the size advantage there for had the size advantage there in the left corner, did Malloy, and was able to go up top and make sure that Bucksport receiver didn't come down with the catch.
Got some some early scores. Madison leading Winthrop 6-0. MCI over Belfast 7-0. Carmichael, and the pass intended here for Tolmansoff, but they cannot connect. Tolmansoff had a little acreage there in front of him, but could not make the diving catch.
Close to a lateral, I think, but they got the go as a forward pass. They were trying to get Tolmansoff and his speed out into some open space, perhaps one-on-one, and see what he could do, but couldn't connect on the pass, and so MDI with the first defensive stop of the game, and now they have a chance to launch another drive.
They take over on downs here. Trojans back to work. And is that their first pass intended for Joyce, but it's incomplete. Some pressure applied there on Phelps as he was retreating back towards the goal line. And Brewer leads Mount Blue 7-0. First half score there. All right, here's Lee. He's trying to find a little seam in that Bucksport defense. He'll take it over the 30. Finally wrestled down there by number 7, Devon Darvu.
That's going to be good for a first down there. A gain of about 11 as Again, Lee proving very quick, but also pretty strong in the upper body. Not easy to bring down. Gain of 11 there.
Coney leading Brunswick 6-0. We got the Coney Rams against Brewer here in a couple of weeks at Doyle Field on the BDN main game of the week. First down play, and this time the pursuit belongs to the Golden Bucks. Nowhere to go this time for Joyce. 4 or 5 purple uniforms in the vicinity there.
It's going to go for no gain there. Is good pursuit to the short side of the field by the Bucksport defense.
Skowhegan 14, Mesalonsky 7, first half score, and Lewiston leading Wyndham 8-0. Here's the pitch this time to Lee, trying to get to the outside, and good pickup there on second down. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Whether it's a quick step or a straight arm or just a nudge of a shoulder, seems like Lee always escapes the first tackler. And that sets him up for a good gain. That time a gain of 8 gives MDI 3rd and short here at the 41.
9.5 minutes left to go in this first half. MDI trying to add to their 8-point lead in their own territory. And going to be close here on the third down play. It's 3rd and 3. And it looks like, Ernie, they may have gone just enough there.
It was Curley up the middle and no measurement needed. They're going to give him that gain of 3 and a first down. So that's what MDI likes to do. If they get big gains, great. If they don't, then they'll take it 4 yards at a pop, use 3 downs, and get another first down and keep the clock running with their offense on the field.
All right, 1st and 10 at the 44 of MDI. Phelps going to keep himself. No, gave it to, what was that, Curley?
That's
no, it was Lee.
Lee with a quick opener up the middle. Lee has been running side to side that time. Went up the middle. Good fake by Phelps, at least good enough to fool the play-by-play man.
BDN main game of the week brought to you by Quirk Auto Group. Quirk Auto Group, it's your car. Find it at Quirk. Trojans back to work, and this time it is Phelps keeping the football. Picks up a couple there. It's going to be 3rd down once again for MDI. And a long 3 for the Trojans.
First carry for the quarterback there. I have Lee unofficially for just over 100 yards rushing already in this game, because he started out with a 57-yard touchdown run on his first run from scrimmage.
Oh. Phelps lost control of the football, but picked it up, and he'll take it right up the middle himself and pick up the first down. Now, sometimes a little muff there by the quarterback can result in a loss or no gain. Sometimes it throws off the defense a little bit there, and you can pick up 5 or 6 yards, just like Phelps did right there.
It's called accidental offense, as it turns out. Yeah, you get the defense in a rhythm to go after the quarterback, and then the drop changes everything. And
I think you're referring to your high school basketball career, aren't you?
Yeah, with a lot of accidents, though.
Nothing doing here for MDI. They're going to lose a couple. Colby Lee chipped up in the backfield. 2nd down and 12 now for MDI. Next week, Ernie, we're going to be at Husson University.
Is that where we're going to be?
Short trip, yeah.
What do we have?
We have the Waterville Purple Panthers against the John Baptist Crusaders. So a battle of purple there at the Wink.
Yeah, Waterville Purple Panthers resurgent so far this year. Winless a year ago, off to a 2-0 start this year, but they've got the Battle of the Bridge against Winslow tomorrow afternoon, so that'll be a tough one for them.
Pitch here to Lee, and he'll get it inside the 40.
John Babs has lost a narrow decision to Madden Longcook and a less narrow decision to Herman last weekend, and they're playing the Old Town Coyotes tonight.
Right.
Both of those teams looking for the first win. Gain of 6 by Lee on that last play.
And again, on September 29th, we've got the Coney Rams at Doyle Field against the Brewer Witches.
Should be a good game. Aerial show on the part of the Coney Rams.
Repeat return matchup between those two teams. Here's Lee getting to the outside. He's got nothing but green in front of him. He'll take it home. Another touchdown for MDI here in this first half with 5:48 left to go. And half number 1, Colby Lee, a touchdown. And it's now 20-6 MDI.
Boy, he gets to that corner, and if you're not out there to meet him, you're not going to catch him. That's that second run like that for a touchdown in the game. That one, I believe, 36 yards. And Lee closing in on 150, Not quite. 144 is what I have, but.
And the Trojans tack on one more. Once again, it's James McConomy drilling it through the uprights. And it's now 21-6 MDI here on the home turf of the Bucksport Golden Bucks.
And I'll tell you what, MDI having the best of all worlds, scoring every time they have the ball and running the clock down with substantial length drives. That one, 11 plays, 78 yards, and it took a little over 5 minutes.
Yeah, game just about a half hour old here, and we've got 5:48 up on the clock.
You're not going to see MDI pass very much tonight. Now, what you may see is Bucksport have to pass at some point. They're down by 2 scores now. Having said that, the most successful plays the Golden Bucks have had so far have been those quick openers in the middle to Lucas Wardwell running the football. Don't know that you want to give up on that quite a bit, but I think it's going to be more if you're Bucksport trying to get your defense to somehow stop the MDI offense. Easier said than done.
Bucksport band and Bucksport cheerleaders entertaining the fans here tonight at Carmichael Field. Here's the boot by the Trojans, fielded at the 23, and slipping down just as he was going to get hit is Tolmansoff. Slides down on the turf, does the junior. So the Golden Bucks are going to start things at their own 32 for this drive.
Bucksport's largely been able to move the football. Their first 2 possessions, one going for a touchdown, and second time inside the MDI 30 before they were stopped on downs.
Carmichael from the shotgun. Quick hitter here by Wardwell. Good first down pickup there for number 12. Wardwell, just a junior. Picks up almost 9 on that first down play.
His last 3 carries are 14, 11, and 9, and the plays very similar in the sense that it starts out in the middle of the field, good blocking up front, and then quickly through the hole goes Wardwell.
Carmichael pulls it down, takes it himself. He's going to lose a couple here, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 3.
Carmichael not able to generate much of his own offense off the ground there. It takes a little bit longer to get started, and MDI's defensive front able to make some penetration to get Carmichael behind the line of scrimmage.
And here's Wardwell. He's got some room to run, and he will take it inside the 35 of MDI. Excellent first half for Lucas Wardwell. And the Golden Bucks are in business. So despite being down by 15 points at this juncture, Ernie, they have shown the ability to churn up some yards against this MDI defense.
Well, Lucas
certainly giving them some hope in this ball game.
Yeah, Lucas Wardwell certainly quick hitting the hole, and I don't know if MDI was expecting a pass or not, but there really wasn't anybody in the middle of the field once Wardwell got through the line, picked up 18 yards.
Now Carmichael looking to pass, forced out of the pocket, rolls to his right, drops it off to number 35. That's Jacob Ames. And he'll get tripped up on the far side of the field. Not before. He picks up about 4 or 5 yards there on that first down play.
But they've got to do that, though. They've got to find ways to kind of spread the interior defense out so that they won't collapse on Wardwell eventually, although they have not been successful doing that so far.
Joel Sankey, longtime coach for Bucksport in his 23rd year, all-time winningest coach in LTC history. And hitting the hole quickly this time is Tolmansoff. He's got himself a first down. And the Golden Bucks continue to march down the field here.
Pretty much the same play as Wardwell has been running. Big hole there in the middle for Tolmansoff, and got into the secondary. Nice run there by Tolmansoff for the first down, and back inside the 30 at the 20-yard line now the Golden Bucks.
Tolmansoff will check out here for at least one play. So credit Wardwell and Tolmansoff for hitting those holes, but kudos to the Golden Buck offensive line for creating those holes. Carmichael, he's going to keep this himself. Tries to get around one MDI defender, does. Takes it down inside the 10-yard line. Good job there by Carmichael.
And some good downfield blocking by Logan Stanley and Keegan Richard, the wide receivers, to push the defenders back and enable Carmichael to, I was looking to see if he got the first down, just short. Looks like he's got about inches to go here.
Third down and inches for the Golden Bucks, or second down and inches here. And it's going to be Wardwell. He is hit at the line of scrimmage, but forward progress is going to take him inside the 10, and that'll be a first down for the Golden Bucks with 2:18 on the clock here at Carmichael Field.
Ball's at the 8, gain of 3.
First and goal for Bucksport. Looking to gain some momentum heading into halftime. Carmichael in the shotgun. Inside handoff goes to Wardwell. Not much room there. Wardwell may have picked up a yard or two.
Yeah, going to get down to the 6 for a gain of 2, second and goal. A little harder for the offense to spread the defense out when you're down in the red zone. Not as much room to cover, and they're collapsing inside and trying to make Bucksport do something else in order to advance the ball further.
Golden Bucks to the line. Carmichael looks over that MDI defense. Now pitches it to Tolmansoff, trying to get around the edge. He can't quite do it. Nice job over there. Tackle made by McConomy, who's been kicking the extra points here tonight. Really wrapped up Tolmansoff there, just shy of the goal line.
Yeah, McConomy actually has been on quite a few tackles, both on special teams and defensively, coming up from the secondary, I believe. And that time, a pretty good stick on Tolmansoff, and going to get a timeout by the Bucksport Golden Bucks. I believe they're second of the first half. Ball is down to, trying to see where they mark it.
Golden Bucks last year finished third in the LTC. At the 2-yard line, Ernie?
I think so.
Testing our eyesight once again. Last week,
Oh, at least we've got lights.
we were a goodly distance away from the field. Kind of a similar situation here. You've got the stands and then the track around the field, which sets you back a little bit further. Got a new track here at Bucksport High School. And then the lights went out.
I was saying we were fine until the lights went out. Then, of course, as soon as the lights go out, the ball goes in that direction. No clue who had the ball for a few of those plays. Good football game, though. Foshcroft 24, Dexter 14. That was an LTC game. Oh, see,
yeah, we got
number 5 was wide open on this left side. There's nobody over there to guard him. You see the MDI assistant coach to our right yelling, "Snap the ball," and somebody else yelling, "Call timeout." And I guess apparently the timeout won, but I'm sorry, the Bucksport was saying snap the ball, and MDI was saying call timeout. And I don't know that he needed the microphone because I think they heard him from over here and got the timeout just in time. It was number 5, Keegan Rickard. Kind of snuck into the formation apparently relatively late. Got to this near side of the field, which is the near side to the Bucksport bench, and it was
slid out there.
Yeah, that was just kind of coach, you want me in there, huh? So I'll go out there, and there was nobody within 30 yards of him, but MDI fortunate to get the timeout, and with 58.6 seconds left, we're 3rd down and goal.
Ricard, the lone receiver on the left side, and the Golden Bucks are going to take it up the middle, and they're going to be stymied here by MDI. And it's going to be 4th and goal here for the Golden Bucks. Carmichael to the near sideline. You'll get the play call from that Bucksport coaching staff.
And Bucksport's going to use their last time out of the first half on this 4th down play.
Enrollment at MDI, approximately 571.
About the 1.5 yard line.
Looks to be the case. Principal at MDI, Matthew Haney, the athletic director, Bunky Dow. MDI winning their first regional title last year after a 7-1 regular season, lost in the state championship game to Wells, as you mentioned, Ernie.
It knocked off Winslow in the Class C North final. A defensive battle in that game. Wells just overwhelmed them in the state game. Very talented team. Wells now in Class D as well. They were a team that was a Class D enrollment that played up the last 2 years, and basically the smallest team in Class C wound up winning the state championship.
Teams in Class D South jubilant over Wells dropping down.
And it makes Class D South even deeper than what was probably already the deepest division in the state a year ago.
4th and goal. Carmichael under center, and he's going to throw the football. He's got an open man, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Lucas Wardwell. Well conceived and well executed there by the Golden Bucks. Their 2nd touchdown here in the first half. And they get a little closer as we get closer to halftime. It's now 21-12, MDI.
Yeah, that's just, as you mentioned, a well-constructed play. As there you see Wardwell going toward the end zone. I think everybody expected another interior run. Play action fake by Carmichael. And Wardwell wide open in the left flat. And all he had to do was make the catch and reach out and put the ball over the line. And Bucksport staying in contention.
Going for 2 here. Trailing it by 9. 21-12 our score. Carmichael looking to the air, fires near side, and it's going to be a catch, and they convert. Catch made by Keegan Ricard. And the Golden Bucks are to within 7, 21-14 now. Very entertaining first half here, Ernie.
Very much so. I mean, we've had 6 possessions in this game. Is that right? And we've had
5 scores.
5 scores, exactly. 5 scores on 6 possessions. Very entertaining game. I mean, it's 21-14. Big 2-point conversion. Not that you don't have a half a play left, but anytime you like to keep it to a 1-possession game, and that 2-point conversion did the trick.
Here's the kickoff, low line drive, scooped up across the way by number 13, Chance Clausen, and he'll take it up across midfield. So with 37.5 seconds left to go here in this first half, one last chance here for the MDI Trojans. Once again, with excellent field position, just not a lot of time to work with here.
Now, probably look, and I think they have 1 timeout left as MDI. Probably look to see on first down if they can get Kobe Lee to the corner outside, maybe with a pitch play, jet sweep, something of that style, because he's shown an ability once he gets to the corner to be able to make some big gains, and also once you get to the corner, it's a lot easier to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Here's Phelps firing downfield, and he had an open man there. Abram Malloy had it in his hands but could not hold on. Right around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, opportunity lost there as accurate pass by Phelps, and Malloy just couldn't handle it. Just his second pass attempt of the game, so it's not like the MDI receivers are they've been spent most of their time blocking, not trying to catch passes.
Phelps looks right, now looks left, and the pass is it caught?
Yes, but the clock keeps running.
Well, it was thrown behind the receiver. Who was that over there? Colby Lee?
That was Lee, and now we're going to get the third and final timeout of the half, I believe, by MDI. With 20.4 seconds left, we're going to be 3rd and 6 at the 46 of Bucksport.
So this game here tonight will be available at driveshowmaine.com midweek. It'll be archived there, so all the MDI fans, Golden Buck fans, football fans, high school football fans here in Maine can check it out once again at Drive Show Maine. Have it up midweek, and as I mentioned earlier, next week we'll be at the Winkin Complex on the campus of Husson University as the Waterville Purple Panthers take on the John Baptist Crusaders. And then it's the Coney Rams at Brewer the following week on September 29th.
Next week is the midpoint of the regular season.
Goodness.
Seems like we just started.
Yeah, the weather we're having here tonight, splendid it is, and does make you kind of have an opening night feel here with this type of weather. All right, 20 seconds left, and here is Phelps going to take it himself. He'll slip down around the 35-yard line. Trojans hustling to the line, trying to get another playoff here.
Clock will stop while they're setting the ball. 11.8 with the clock stopped,
and Phelps is going to spike it here, so that'll stop the clock with 9 seconds left. And we got a flag down. Officials talking it over here. And it looks like it's going to set the Trojans back here a bit.
Just writing down
are huddled up there, trying to keep the players away from their conversation down on the field.
Didn't see what happened. I was trying to write some stats down, but they're going to call
intentional grounding.
Intentional ground. Yeah, not sure what happened.
I don't know if the rule is different in high school or what the case is, but be a lot of intentional grounding if that was the case at all levels. And now,
I think you're going to say it's a 10-second runoff.
Oh,
and so that will end the half, in addition to the yardage.
I gotcha.
Otherwise, it would be worth it if you're the offense to do that. Give yourself another shot. This takes that away if there's 10 seconds or left, less than the half.
All right, the first half comes to an end. We have played 24 minutes here under the lights at Carmichael Field. And after the first half action, it is MDI 21 and Bucksport 14. This is the BDN Maine Game of the Week.
Exclusive savings are happening at a Tradewinds location near you. Save big with our happy hour specials every day from 4 to 6 p.m. Grab a family size one-topping pizza, $6.99. Get 1 pound of our tender boneless wings, $6.99. A full pound of our locally famous buffalo wings, $6.99. Or 1 pound of our crispy french fries, just $2.99. Get this bundle deal and save 50%. Score even more with extended hours on Sunday at a Tradewinds location near you.
Choosing the right school for driver's ed has never been more important. Northeast Driving School has been the leader in driver training since 1969. Greater Bangor's #1 team of instructors is experienced, professional, and dedicated to its students. Northeast offers a variety of weekday and weekend courses. Call 942-1769 or sign up at northeastdrivingschool.com.
What do you get when you combine pure diesel power with 1,600 pounds of raw iron and steel? Meet the 2R Series from John Deere. Up to 32 horsepower, 4-wheel drive, cruise control, and a 6-year powertrain warranty that's best in its class. This rugged workhorse won't make your breakfast, but with quick attach features, you can do pretty much anything else. Ride one today at your John Deere dealer.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
To Bucksport and the BDN Maine Game of the Week. Entertaining first half. MDI 21-14 lead here at the half. Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights. MDI, the first possession of the ball game, and they got on the board quickly. Hand off by Phelps to Colby Lee. Slips one tackler there, heads down the sideline and on into the end zone. 11:04 on the clock at that point, as you see Lee with the long strides taking it to pay dirt, and MDI a 6-0 lead. McConomy the extra point to make it 7-0. Bucksport would respond, though. The Golden Bucks, they come fighting back, and a wide open receiver there on that left side as the pass is complete there to Tolmansoff, and he is in the end zone. Golden Bucks going for 2. They were unsuccessful. MDI coming back as powering his way into the end zone there for the Trojans is Joyce, and that made it a 14-6 game after the extra point. MDI not done. They go back to Colby Lee, this time working the left side, and he goes down that left sideline and looking back at to see if anybody is trailing him, but nobody within 15 or 20 yards, and he's got another touchdown. Late in the first half, the Golden Bucks looking for some momentum heading into the half, and they get it. Carmichael completes one on the left side to a wide open Lucas Wardwell, and the Golden Bucks back on the board, and their 2-point conversion this time was successful to make it a 21-14 ball game. So the Golden Bucks will have the ball first out of the halftime here, and we'll see what they can do. Right now, we're going to take another break here. This is the BDN Maine Game of the Week.
Exclusive savings are happening at a Tradewinds location near you. Save big with our happy hour specials every day from 4 to 6 p.m. Grab a family size one-topping pizza, $6.99. Get 1 pound of our tender boneless wings, $6.99. A full pound of our locally famous buffalo wings, $6.99. Or 1 pound of our crispy French fries, just $2.99. Get this bundle deal and save 50%. Score even more with extended hours on Sunday at a Tradewinds location near you.
You deserve a clean car. Let Dean's take care of the details. Dean's Detailing has been Maine's auto detailing leader since 1971. Let the pros at Dean's renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. For interior detailing, exterior detailing, and complete detailing packages, call Dean's at 945-3016 or book your appointment online at deansdetailing.com. And Dean's gift cards are the perfect fit for any special occasion. Dean's Detailing. We make used look like new.
It's your picnic table and your park bench. It's your hotel room, your office, and your nursery. It's your first date and a shoulder to cry on. It's your barbershop, your dance floor, and your toolbox. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
Welcome back to Carmichael Field. Just moments away from second half action, 21-14. MDI with the lead at the end of the first half. Let's go to the scoreboard now and update you on some of the high school football scores from around the area in Old Town tonight. It is John Bapps. Again, we'll have the Crusaders next week in a matchup against Waterville at the Winkin Complex, and the Crusaders looking for their first win of the year. They lead Old Town 12-8 in the first half. It's Madison over Winthrop, 27-0. That's also a second quarter score. MCI all over Belfast, 32-0. That's in the second quarter. And Brewer down in Farmington leading Mount Blue 19-0. At the half, it's Lewiston 14, Wyndham 0. Also at the half, Coney, a slim lead over Brunswick. Not much scoring in that one. It's 6-0 Rams. And Mesolonsky has responded against Skowhegan at the half. The Eagles lead the Indians by a score of 27-14. So there's your halftime scoreboard here on the BDN Maine Game of the Week. Two teams getting warmed up for second half action. 3 rushing touchdowns for MDI in that first half. 1 strike through the air for the Golden Bucks. Big touchdown towards the end. Red Sox in the top of the 4th inning, leading the Tampa Bay Rays by a score of 2-1. Mitch Moreland, his 19th home run of the season for the Red Sox. Great night for football, and as you can see, oftentimes here tonight in the background, the Penobscot Narrows Bridge lit up across the way. Bucksport should have the football here as we begin the second half of play. We'll be joined once again by Ernie Clark from the Bangor Daily News.
Far away.
Well, you're multitasking here tonight, and you can look forward to Ernie's coverage of this game and many other games during this high school football season at BangorDailyNews.com and, of course, in print as well.
Tight deadlines make for multitasking these days, but that's okay.
How much has that changed? You don't have to go into the details, but how much has that changed from, say, 3 or 4 years ago?
Significantly.
A couple hours?
Well, we used to have a printing press in Hamden, so the paper was printed in Hamden. No. Now the paper is printed in Brunswick. At least the most of the Northern edition, the Aroostook County edition, actually is printed up in Presque Isle now.
And there are other people in line.
Indeed. In Brunswick, there are other people in line, and so it creates a challenge because we're pretty much at the front of the line, and so the deadlines aren't nearly as late as they used to be, but we do the best we can.
And the left-footed kick, Porter Isaacs And it's going to be fielded by the Golden Bucks. Logan Stanley runs it back to the 35. Actually, it's going to be about the 37-yard line, 38-yard line.
Well, when you get down to it, MDI's only stopped Bucksport once.
That's right.
In this game, and that was inside the 25-yard line. So down one score, the Golden Bucks looking to come up with the equalizer here to start the second half with pretty good field position.
Chase Carmichael, the senior, is the quarterback. Lucas Wardwell behind him. Wardwell, an excellent first half, and he'll get the first call here in half number 2. Breaks a tackle, heads down the right side. He's at the 30, he's at the 20, cuts it back to the 10, and finally pounded down at about the 6-yard line. How about the night for Lucas Wardwell?
Again, that quick pop through the middle of the line and then a turn to the right. He got to the sideline, and he just outsped everybody to about the 15-yard line.
That's a 57-yard pickup there for Lucas Wardwell.
Is that why the smoke was coming out of your ears? You were counting. Carter Tomlinoff with a good downfield block as Wardwell cut back to pick up another 10 yards or so, and we're looking at first and goal from the 5. So 38-62 is 100 minus 5, 57 yards on the gain.
Thank you, Ernie.
Well, I just figured
you trust me?
Just figured you needed to be double-checked.
So MDI scored just 56 seconds into the ball game. First score of the night. And Bucksport looking for a quick strike here in the second half. And they're going to come up just shy of the goal line. Carry there by Carter Tolmansoff. He was active in the first half, Ernie.
Yeah, and he was active on that last long run by Wardwell with the downfield block. So little reward there as he also give Wardwell just a little bit of a breather there after that long run. I have Wardwell for 127 yards on 11 carries now. Pretty good first half plus for him. Kobe Lee, 144 yards on 12 carries for the Trojans to lead their offense. But right now it's Bucksport looking to score the equalizer.
Good look there at the Bucksport bench, and we've got a timeout called by Bucksport. And not necessarily what Joel Sankey wanted to do there. Did you see what caused that timeout, Ernie?
No, I didn't. I was trying to. Yeah, that would do it.
Little mix-up there for the Golden Bucks. They had too many men on the field, so they got the quick timeout. And they are talking it over there on the near sideline. You can see the MDI Trojan defense heading the opposite direction across the way. Talk things over with the Trojan coaching staff. What do you think about a couple of these scores here tonight, Ernie? Again, John Baps leading Old Town 12-8. That was in the second quarter. We got Baps next week.
Again, two teams looking for their first victory of the season and kind of expected a competitive battle there.
Brewer 19-0 over Mount Blue down in Farmington. And interesting, Coney a 6-0 lead at the half over Brunswick.
Yeah, Brunswick's 0-2, had a tough schedule so far. But Coney, a little bit up and down so far this season, but defense showing well there.
Golden Bucks to the line. Lucas the deep back, and it's going to be Carmichael taking it himself, and he is in. Quarterback keeper there, and Carmichael gives Bucksport 6 more points. You see there, just a pile of purple pushing their way into the end zone. So that makes it 21-20. Now Bucksport has gone for the 2-point conversion after their previous 2 touchdowns. Looks like they're going to go for 2 here once again.
Chance to take the lead. First lead of the game would be for the Golden Bucks.
Carmichael from the shotgun. He's got Wardwell to his right. Now he's going to have to scramble, feeling some pressure from the MDI defense. Fires into the corner, and it's caught. 2-point conversion for the Golden Bucks. Pass completed there to Keegan Ricard. And Bucksport, their first lead of the night. So Class D right now, a 1-point lead over the Class C Trojans.
Tell you what, the second half starts like the first half. First half started with a 57-yard run by Kobe Lee for a touchdown. Second half starts with a 57-yard run by Lucas Wardwell to the 5, setting up the touchdown 2 plays later on the keeper by Carmichael. And there, good patience, good rollout ability by Carmichael on that 2-point conversion play to buy some time, and Ricard get open in the front right corner of the end zone, went down to scoop up the throw, and the Golden Bucks, in their first home game of the season, with their first lead of the game at 22-21, 10:28 left in the third quarter. Can I offer a correction? You were correcting last week on the
Sure.
county line.
I don't want to.
Apparently, the Bangor Daily News no longer prints in Brunswick. We print in Lewiston and Presque Isle.
When you said that,
Why didn't you tell me I was wrong?
It didn't sound right, because I talked with Pete Warner.
You were hanging me out to dry.
Yeah.
Like I suppose like I hung you out to dry last week.
You did. And if I was 100% sure that you were wrong, I would have said something. Unlike last week when you knew I was wrong and you just let me hang out there.
Oh, it was fun.
Line drive kick, and once again it's going to be good field position for MDI. The ball came loose, but the whistle had been blown. So it's going to be MDI football. They will start at their own 42.
Both these teams have had pretty good field position
Yes.
for just about all of their possessions.
A lot of short kicks.
There have been some 70-something yard drives, but not, teams aren't starting out in their own, inside their own 20. Don't think they have it all in this game. And as you mentioned, MDI with great field position at the 42 to start this drive. They have had the ball now 4 times. They had just for the last 43 seconds of the first half. That was the only time that MDI didn't score after scoring on their first 3 possessions of the game.
Phelps spins, hands it off to Lee. Lee dances, and he'll pick up a yard or 2.
You mentioned Lee with 144 yards on 12 carries in that first half.
Yeah, if he's able to break through that front line, look out. But that time, some penetration from that Golden Buck defensive line, and keep Colby Lee in check on that first down play. 2nd down and 9. Trojans trailing for the first time tonight, 22-21. More penetration here for Bucksport, but the stiff arm there from Lee breaks the tackle. Now he heads down the left sideline. He's at the 15, 10, 5, touchdown, MDI. It looked like a loss in the backfield, but the stiff arm from Colby Lee broke him free. And once again, a quick strike by MDI.
There you go. There's Lee with a stiff arm there. That gets him to the corner, and watch him accelerate. Good downfield blocking there by number 80 of MDI. That's Sam Hoff, and that cleared the way for Lee. Nice to have
strut into the end zone.
Yeah, 2 57-yard touchdown runs.
Oh, you were doing math while doing that color commentary there?
I was counting.
Wow.
Well, I figured you had you had your 57-yard run there by Wardwell that I had to
My 57 yards of fame.
We're in a math meet here, you and I.
All right, now it's going to be Phelps firing to the end zone for a 2-point conversion, and the Trojans are successful. And Mark Shields, head coach for MDI, he is pumped up, greeting his offensive unit as they come off the field. And that'll give the Trojans the lead once again. They're up by 7. It's 29-22.
That drive took 48 seconds. All the 48 seconds. Not really a drive, just 2 plays, a 1-yard gain, and then a 57-yard sprint down the left sideline to the end zone, and then Phelps finding Lee to his left for the 2-point conversion. And back and forth we go here. 29-22 now in favor of MDI, and I think if you bet the over, you're in pretty good shape in this one.
BDN Maine Game of the Week brought to you in part by Dean's Detailing. They've been Maine's auto detailing leader since 1971. Renew your vehicle's appearance, protect your auto investment, enjoy the ride. Call 945-3016 or book your appointment online at deansdetailing.com. All right. It's going to be Isaacs again, kicking off for MDI.
Lee over 200 yards rushing now for the Trojans.
The deep backs, Tolmansoff and Stanley, they started about the 20-yard line. Here's one of the longest kicks of the night. It's going to take Tolmansoff back to the 13. He zigs and zags his way through that MDI kick coverage team there and takes it up to the 47-yard line. And once again, Ernie, an offensive show here tonight at Carmichael.
That's a great speed there by Tolmansoff, but not only great speed, he read the block perfectly and cut back to the inside, and only a saving tackle from behind by Elijah Joyce kept that play from going even deeper downfield. But as it is, a relatively short field for Bucksport as they have the ball for the second time, and we're less than 2.5 minutes into the third quarter.
Oh, Wardwell runs into a wall. Great job there by number 75 and number 58. That combination of Birdzell and Josiah Joy. Wardwell gets it back to the line of scrimmage, but we've seen him dart through that defensive line of MDI a number of times here tonight, and that time, Ernie, kaboom.
Yeah, first time he's been held without a gain.
Now they faked Wardwell, and Carmichael tries to sneak around that left side, but MDI stepping it up here on the defensive side of things. Nice play there by number 80. That's Sam Hoff.
Yeah, he was waiting at the corner for
holding that edge
Carmichael.
For MDI. Carmichael had nowhere to go. So it's going to be 3rd down and 11. Carmichael going to be under center. Fakes the handoff to Wardwell, looks downfield, and he's going to overthrow his receiver. Pass intended for Ricard. And it's going to be 4th down. And will we see our first punt?
Or first 3 and out, apparently. And
wow. Something foreign in tonight's ball game is going to happen here.
First punt. 3rd and 11, so Bucksport would like to try to pin MDI deep in their own end and see if they can get a stop defensively of their own.
Ricard will kick it away. Drills it downfield. Oh, a little bobble there by Lee, but retains control. Now he's heading upfield, and a couple of Golden Bucks will bring him down. One of them is Ricard, and the other, number 78, Skylar McNair. Yeah, number 76. We do have a 76 on the field, but not on our roster.
76 is David Gross.
I'm sorry.
Sophomore, lineman.
Big guy.
Heck of a wrestler as well. State champ, I think, as a freshman. Undefeated in Maine as a freshman.
300-pound state champion. Made his debut last year for the Golden Bucks. All right, MDI on the attack at about their own 30-yard line, and nothing doing here on 1st down as Joyce is wrangled down behind the line of scrimmage.
It's going to go for about a 2-yard loss back to the 27.
2nd down and 12 for the Trojans, up by 7. As you can see, 7.5 minutes left to go here in the 3rd. Pitch right, and again nothing doing, and there is Gross. Oh my goodness.
That's called a takedown, I believe.
Yeah, and the
I think it was curling.
Back for MDI, I think you're right. He is still down. He turned around and looked inside and saw big number 76 coming at him. 300 pounds, David Gross. And
yeah, I can't tell who that
double
is.
Check on the number there. While we have a second here, we'll remind you, BDN Main Game of the Week brought to you by Tradewinds Markets. Hey, the Crazy About Football contest is back at the Tradewinds Markets. We've got one just down the road here, Ernie, in Orland. Enter to win at the Tradewinds Markets all over eastern and central Maine. Pretty simple. Find your Tradewinds Market, locate the Crazy About Football display, pick the score in the Patriots game this week. Weekly prize, a $50 gas card. There will be 2 grand prize winners of $250 gas cards at the end of the regular season. Tradewinds Markets, your corner store, and more.
Yeah, that was Billy Curley, number 16. He's up now, walking off the field under his own power.
So, all of a sudden, a couple of offenses having some difficulty. MDI going in the wrong direction here on this possession. Phelps puts things in motion. Fakes a handoff. Now gives to Lee. Lee getting to the outside again. He's going to have the first down and more. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds near the 45. Right at the 45-yard line. Lee pushed out of bounds, but picks up another bundle of yards, and they'll move the chains across the way.
What makes that special is I think everybody in the stadium knew that Lee was going to get the ball in some fashion, and yet he's able to get to the outside. He's able to cut to the outside. They're not containing him and keeping him inside. And at that time, again, gets to the right corner. Went out of bounds a little earlier than we thought he did, but still a great gain, or a big gain, down to the 45 of Bucksport. That's a gain of 30.
Phelps thought about passing it. Now tucks it under his left arm. Takes off for the near sideline. He's picked up 10 yards. Make it 15 yards as he is hammered down at the 30-yard line. So just as we say, MDI having some difficulty offensively. Nice play there. As we see here, Ernie, again, Phelps
looked downfield and then didn't see anybody, but saw space to the outside. Again, beat the Bucksport defender to the corner, and then from there it's a gain until he's tackled from behind by Lucas Wardwell.
All right, another first down for MDI. 29-22. Trojans with the lead, looking for their second win of the season. They're 1-1 coming in. Phelps gives to Lee, goes up the middle this time, picks up a couple. Lee, a workhorse. How many yards does he have here tonight, Ernie?
I have him for, I believe, 130, 202, 234 so far on about 15 carries.
Trojans to the line. Oh, and off there by the quarterback. Phelps went back and got it, but quickly taken down, so that'll result in a loss for the Trojans as they are set back about 3 yards there.
Yeah, picked up the ball. Looked like he wanted to try to make something out of nothing, but a good reaction there by number 81 for. I can't. It's not 81. I just can't tell what the number is. Apologize for that.
Appreciate your honesty, Ernie. Can't fake it on TV. You can on radio. Here's Phelps rolling to the right, fires downfield, and the pass is complete. Did he keep his feet in bounds? Yes, he did. That's number 11 for MDI. Abram Malloy, well executed there by Phelps, right on the money to Malloy. And the Trojans are knocking on the door once again.
Yeah, I wasn't sure it was in bounds, but a lofted pass there by Phelps, and
a lot of air under that one.
Malloy ran under it and got the gain inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line.
1st and 10, the pitch, left side, Lee. Now he's going to try to cut it back, and he's going to be taken down. That'll be another loss. Great job there by Devin Darvo. Senior, number 7, right there to stop Colby Lee. That is not an easy thing to do.
That's going to go for a loss of 4. don't think that will change how MDI approaches this, but a little bit farther to go, no doubt.
Phelps in the shotgun. We haven't seen that much today. Now he's going to roll to his right, fire downfield, and it's a touchdown for the Trojans. Wide open in the end zone for the Trojans. Abram Malloy, the junior, sitting there waiting for, the senior, waiting for that pass from Phelps. And it was on the money, not a golden buck anywhere close to that play.
No, it looked like Bucksport noticed Phelps running to his right and kind of bid on the run at that point, and
why wouldn't they?
Malloy snuck in behind the defense and was wide open, just had to get down and make the sure-handed catch. Sometimes those catches are the toughest to make because all you can do is see the ball coming at you seemingly in slow motion, but Malloy, a good job.
Jackie Smith. Remember?
Indeed, 17-yard touchdown pass.
And now the Trojans go for two, and it's going to be Phelps with the conversion. So after Bucksport took a 22-21 lead, the Trojans have responded with 16 points, and they lead at 37-22.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. And that was a situation where the pass was set up clearly by the run there, and the threat of Kobe Lee in particular, but the entire running game. And on that touchdown pass again, the defense kind of sucked up, thinking that Phelps was going to run once he got to the outside, but good decision to notice Malloy all by himself in the end zone and loft that pass up there. And as you mentioned, 16 unanswered points. And excuse me, what was a Bucksport lead less than 5 minutes ago on the clock is now a 2-touchdown lead. 15 points, yep, 2-touchdown lead for the Trojans.
Both teams 1-1 coming into this one. Bucksport coming off a 3-overtime game against Mananaquook, able to win that game where the Golden Bucks 48-42. MDI also victorious last week. Line drive kick once again, and it's going to be Logan Stanley. Takes it up to about the 45-yard line. So Bucksport, again, a short field here with 4:24 left to go here in the third quarter.
But they're at the point where they need to score basically every time they have the ball because they haven't proven an ability to stop MDI, save for once, really. The other time that MDI didn't score when they had possession, they only had the ball for the final 43 seconds of the first half.
All right, 1st and 10 here for the Golden Bucks from their own 44. Carmichael back to pass, looks left and fires left, but the pass is short, and it will be 2nd and 10. Tune in to The Drive, weekdays 4 to 6 on Sports Radio 92.9 The Ticket. The Drive, your sports, your teams, your show. And Ernie, I heard you on The Drive this afternoon.
I was there for
talking some football, high school football, Patriots football.
Yep. Sterling Pingree and
Aaron Jackson. That's a dynamic duo.
Getting me fired up.
Here's Wardwell, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. So we've talked a lot about the MDI offense here tonight, Ernie, but in the last 2 or 3 possessions for Bucksport, that MDI defense has been pretty tough.
Well, they did get a 3-and-out, the first 3-and-out of the game on Bucksport's last possession, trying to follow that up here after no gain on first down and no gain on second down. They got a chance to get another 3-and-out.
3rd down and 10. Carmichael fakes to Wardwell, now looks downfield, lofts it up. Oh, almost a nice catch there by number 85. Was that 85?
I think it's 35.
35.
Jacob Ames. Yeah, tough pass there as Carmichael tried to get it in between two defenders, one in front of Ames and one behind him, and ball got tipped by the front man, and now Bucksport will be forced to punt for the second straight possession.
MDI forcing their second 3-and-out here for the Golden Bucks. Economy and lead deep here, and the punt is going to be blocked. And falling on it is the guy who blocked it. Looks like number 55 or 65. Drake Janes, number 65, with the block and the recovery.
The athletic play there, got in quickly on the punter, and as you mentioned, smothered that football. Ball didn't get far away, and he was able to pounce on it for the recovery was Janes, and MDI with his best starting field position of the night at the 35 of Bucksport.
Trojan fans across the way pumped up after that play. Tremendous work there by Drake Janes, senior lineman. Now the MDI offense back to work, and they keep it on the ground. And it's going to be Joyce this time. Elijah Joyce with the carry for about 3 yards. BDN Main Game of the Week brought to you by Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk. Second down and 6. Phelps going to keep it himself. And he's going to spin, breaks free, and taken down inside the 15-yard line. And a touchdown here for MDI, and it could really be a backbreaker if you're a Golden Buck fan.
Yeah, because again, you've been unable essentially to stop MDI's offense, save for once tonight, and
there is a flag down.
It's unsportsmanlike conduct against MDI.
A little too jubilant, maybe. Credit that offensive line for.
So it's going to be 15 yards from the spot of the foul.
So they pick up the flag.
That was going to be to 30, so he got to the 15. It was a gain of 16 on the play. Then a 15-yard penalty. That's the 4th penalty of the game against MDI.
Get to the scoreboard here in just a second after this play. Actually, we'll sneak in a couple of scores. Lewiston leading Wyndham 14-0. Coney has extended their lead against the Brunswick Dragons. 12-0 Rams in that one as they play in the second half. Phelps turns, hands it off to Colby Lee. Lee searching for some space, finds it, and now trying to get to the end zone. He's in. Colby Lee putting on a show here tonight in Bucksport. And MDI scores once again. 43 now for the Trojans. They lead it by 21.
Actually forced Lee to cut back inside that time, but he used his shoulder to ward off a tackle and then jumped over a defensive back safety, and that was the last guy that had a chance to tackle him. 31-yard run for a touchdown there by Colby Lee, and doesn't take long for MDI to score.
MDI going for 2, and Phelps will dart in. He dives into the end zone, but we got a flag from the far side of the field. And we got a hold against the Trojans. So that will negate the 2 points there. 43-22. 22 unanswered points for MDI after the Golden Bucks took a short-lived 22-21 advantage.
Apparently made them mad. They come firing back, not only with the offense, but with the defensive stops as well, which we hadn't seen too much of from the MDI defense in the first half, but come out the last 2 times and get 3 and outs, and that just allows the offense to build even more momentum.
So now the Trojans go for 2 from the 15-yard line. Phelps firing to the end zone. It's going to be knocked down by the Golden Bucks, so it will remain a 21-point advantage for MDI. 43-22 our score. Other second half scores, Messalonsky over Skowhegan. That score remains 27-14. As you see the defensive play there by the Golden Bucks, preventing the 2-point conversion there for MDI. Lawrence Oliver Hamden 47-6. Brewer leading big against Mount Blue 33-8. MCI Oliver Belfast 39-0. Madison 27, Winthrop nothing, and John Babb still holding that 12-8 lead over Old Town.
Foxcroft 53 and Washington Academy 6 at the half.
And the Tampa Bay Rays have taken a 3-2 lead over the Boston Red Sox. Wilson Ramos, a 2-run home run off Chris Sale.
Oh, yeah, my Chris Sale second half of the season theory coming to a head again.
Be careful, Mark Paulette will.
Oh, I thought as long as I didn't get on Tom Brady, I'd be okay with him.
Talk about getting somebody mad. Brady first, Brock Holt second, and then Chris Sale.
Brock Holt?
Don't touch those guys.
What's he batting this year?
Can't explain that.
He doesn't even bat anymore,
the
does he?
other two I understand, but Brock Holt. Here's a little pooch kick, and it's going to be fielded in the air, taken there by Ricard. And he'll work his way to the sideline there, pushed out of bounds. So it will be pretty good field position for the Golden Bucks. They still have time, Ernie. They've got 14 minutes and 22 seconds left in this ball game. Things have slowed down here in the second half.
They still, again, the issue, they've been stopped the last 2 times they've had the ball. So they've got to figure out a way.
3 times, right?
Well, 2 in this half.
Oh. There was 3 in this half.
No, 2.
Okay.
Because they scored the first time they had the ball in the second half to take the 22-21 lead, remember?
Yeah. MDI scored 3 touchdowns since, though.
Yeah, because they scored, touchdown, hold, touchdown, hold, touchdown.
Got a flag down in the Golden Buck backfield. What was the call there, Ernie?
I was too busy arguing with you. It's 5 yards to the 33.5, 34.
Explanation from the referee. It's a big David Gross on that line for the Golden Bucks.
That brings the ball back 5 yards, makes it first and 15.
Carmichael under pressure. And he's going to go down. Just ran out of time there looking for an opening. Nothing there, and he got sucked in by that MDI defense. Taken down. That'll be a big loss for the Golden Bucks.
First sack of the game there. Sack was shared by about 3 different Trojans.
Jim Churchill along with Ernie Clark from the Bangor Daily News. BDN Main Game of the Week. Rest of our crew. Kim Mitchell from Digital Workshop directing things here tonight. Mark Paulette from Sportsnet Maine. Chelsea McKay as well. Got Jay Baines and Brandon Rowe on the cameras here tonight as Wardwell's taking it. We haven't mentioned his name a lot recently.
No, he had a 57-yard run on that first carry of the third quarter. Since then, 3 carries for 2 yards. So
a lot of emotion in that MDI defense led by Sam Hoff. Look at him, Ernie. He is really pumped up down there.
I think he's fired up that the defense has been doing its job here in the third quarter.
Carmichael looking to the sideline for the next play. And we got a flag here.
It's delay of game. It's almost an automatic when it comes from the back judge.
43-22. Actually, that's the end of the third quarter, so we will step aside here. 43-22, MDI with the lead over the Bucksport Golden Bucks on the BDN Maine Game of the Week.
It's your Monday morning and your Friday night. It's your suitcase, your tour guide, and your photo booth. It's your new beginning and your fresh start. It's your library, your hotspot, and your movie theater.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family Tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect Drive Over Mower Deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
Since 2006, we've offered free ATMs worldwide to our customers, saving them over $16 million. Bangor Savings Bank. You matter more.
Back at Carmichael Field, underway here in the fourth quarter as the Golden Bucks had to punt once again. Ball fielded by Colby Lee, and inadvertently had his knee touch the ground, so the ball downed right there on the 32-yard line, and that's where MDI will get it going here. Their first possession here in this fourth quarter. Third quarter for the quarterback Phelps. Hands off inside here. No room there for, get in there. Number 36 for MDI with the carry there. That's Alden Fournier. Gross the tackle for Bucksport. Great night for the fans here. Entertaining football game. MDI asserting themselves in that third quarter. On both sides of the football, Phelps spins, hands off to Colby Lee. Lee heading to the sideline. Lee now turning it up, and he'll step out of bounds at the Bucksport 45-yard line. 23-yard pickup there for Colby Lee. Four touchdowns here tonight for Lee. He has been player of the game, you'd have to say at this point. Still plenty of time left, 11:06 on the clock. Here's the handoff again to Fournier. He breaks one tackle, puts his head down, and knocked down there by Chase Carmichael after picking up about 3 yards. And they give him 2 yards, so second down and 8. Some flying creatures around me here. Once again, MDI keeping it on the ground. And it's Colby Lee straight ahead for a few more yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 for MDI. As Ernie mentioned, they'll be hosting the Herman Hawks next Friday night on the island. Third down play here for MDI. Fournier, and he's going to be short. So it'll be 4th down and 3. Northeast Driving School has been Maine's leader in driver education since 1969. The Northeast team is experienced, professional, and dedicated to their students. Greater Bangor's #1 is Northeast Driving School. Call 942-1769 or register at northeastautocycle.com. Back to the action on the field. And it's Colby Lee again, and Colby Lee is going to pick up another touchdown. Right up the middle there for number 5, and that'll be his 5th touchdown of the night. Tack on 6 more for the Trojans. Their lead now 49-22. So a very tight game early in the 3rd quarter after Bucksport took the 22-21 lead, but it's been all MDI since then. Oh, they're going to bring it back. Take the 6 points off the board. We got a personal foul against MDI and a personal foul against Bucksport. They offset, so we'll replay the 4th down. So Colby Lee denied his 5th touchdown of the night, and once again it's going to be 4th down and 3. Phelps turns, looking downfield, fires downfield, and it's going to be knocked down. Nice play there, nice recovery by Ricard for Bucksport. Keegan Ricard with the defensive play, so the Golden Bucks will take over on downs. Number 11, Abram Malloy, was wide open there for a while, but the ball hung up, and Ricard able to get back there and knock it down. So still 43-22, 8:50 left to go. First and 10 for the Golden Bucks. After scoring that early touchdown here in the second half, they've had trouble offensively. They swing it to the left side to Talmansoff. And he'll take it upfield for about 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 for the Golden Bucks. Golden Bucks with the ball on their own 41. Carmichael to the air, near sideline. The pass is complete. Good execution there for Bucksport as Stanley reels it in. Reception made in MDI territory, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Golden Bucks at the Trojan 48. See right there. Pass and good catch. Good timing there for Bucksport. And we got a timeout. Timeout called by the MDI Trojans. 43-22. Bucksport had the ball first in this second half. They struck quickly, had that 1-point lead. Got the attention of the MDI Trojans, and they have responded. BDN Main Game of the Week brought to you by Greenway Equipment. For the best in John Deere sales and service, it is Greenway Equipment with 2 locations, one in Bangor, one in Ellsworth. Visit them at greenwayequipment.com. Greenway Equipment, Nothing runs like a deer. Shotgun, Carmichael hands it off quickly to Halmansoff, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield. That'll be a loss for the Bucks. Yeah, it's going to be about a 4-yard loss for Bucksport, so 2nd down and 14. Oh, I guess forward progress. They're going to put the ball at the 50. Ball's at midfield for Bucksport. Carmichael leading the Golden Bucks. Class D North team, the pass. Who is it intended for? It's going to be caught by number 5, Ricard. Also in the vicinity there in front of Ricard was 35. I think that's Jacob Ames. He reached up for the pass. Didn't pull it down, and it got into the hands of Ricard. So that'll be a 1st down for Bucksport. They are now at the 33 of MDI. Carmichael hands it off to Wardwell. Wardwell inside the 30. And Lucas Wardwell had a tremendous first half, good start in the second half, but it's been stymied here since early in half number 2, but a good gain there. He picks up 8. I'll give him 7 on that first down play. Carmichael fakes the handoff to Wardwell, looks right, and the pass is going to be picked off by Colby Lee. Lee, the return, and he's going to be tripped up at about midfield. For a moment there, it looks like Carmichael is going to get that one in there to his receiver, but Lee closed the window and took it upfield.
280 yards and an interception now.
Quite a night for Colby Lee, doing it on both sides of the football. And MDI will have it at their own 49 with 6:01 left to go. Phelps still out there. And the give here goes to Fournier, Alden Fournier. He's going to pick up 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 7 for MDI. Point lead for the Trojans. They have the lead and they have the football. Trying to salt this one away. MDI from Class C, Bucksport from Class D, and here's the give to Joyce. And he powers his way ahead for 3 or 4 more. Well, MDI, Ernie, really asserting themselves after that early touchdown in the second half for the Golden Bucks.
Yeah. 3 straight touchdowns, another touchdown call back, and Colby Lee's pretty good.
Yes, indeed.
280 yards rushing to this point in the game, along with 4 touchdowns, and
now an interception.
Now a pass interception and a good return there. So MDI now probably just looking to run the clock down here a little bit, although if Lee breaks another one, then so be it.
And
we got late flags.
We got
everybody but you and me threw one.
Flying everywhere.
Starting to get a little bit frustrated here, I think. People are. Well, that was matching penalties that negated Lee's last touchdown run, right?
What would have been his 5th touchdown.
That's going to go against the Trojans, who are already back to set up their huddle at the point where they would if they were assessed a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, Coach Mark Shields in our pregame chat talked about the issue the Trojans had with penalties in their first game of the season against Winslow. Did a little better last weekend.
Bucksport had penalty issues last week. They had penalties and turnovers. They were very, very fortunate to come out of that game in Lincoln with a victory, albeit in 3 overtimes. But now it's starting to get chippy here, and you just hope nobody gets too chippy, because you do it too often, you get ejected, and if you get ejected, you can't play next week.
Phelps hands it off to Lee, breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and then dropped at about the 44-yard line of Bucksport. So once again, the Trojans working in enemy territory here.
About another 10 yards on that play would give him about 290.
Phelps to the line. Hands it off to Joyce. Elijah Joyce has first down yardage across the 40.
Joyce, a good complementary back, and boy, I tell you what, when you're in MDI playing without their starting fullback and one of their top players in Croy Albee,
right,
who has been sidelined this year, was sidelined for the state championship game last year with a knee injury, has been suffering from an ankle injury. So far this season, been unable to play, but reports are that he may make his debut next week. And you add not that Curley, who's been in there at fullback, hasn't done a good job, but you add somebody like LaCroix, who's also a state caliber track and field athlete, and boy, you wonder what this offense can do.
Alden Fournier, the carry here. Another good gain there for a Trojan running back, as Fournier picks up about 7. Second down and 3 here for MDI. 2.5 minutes left to go. Looks like the Trojans are going to be 2-1 after the game here tonight against the Bucksport Golden Bucks.
They would host Herman next Friday night, and Herman, my reports are correct, on its way to a 3rd win. They would be 3-0. MDI 2-1. That'd be a big game down on the island at the midpoint of the season. That was 36 Fournier.
Yep.
Right, with the carry.
Fournier again.
Stepped into that fullback role because Curley got banged up there a little bit earlier in the game in the 3rd quarter on that hard tackle by David Gross. I think MDI would like to get this first down and then just run the clock out, kneel down, and call it a game.
Stay tuned after tonight's ball game. We'll have the post-game show for you. We'll have some stats and some highlights.
Sorry about that.
Throwing pins at me.
Well, you know, it's kind of an accumulation of frustrations. Feel fortunate that's all I'm throwing.
And this time, Fournier's going to get tripped up. Nice play.
It's going to be short of the first down, however.
Number 28 for Bucksport, Foster Ashmore, a senior.
4th down, and
we're inside a minute here, 45 seconds left to go in the ball game. Here's the handoff to Fournier. Keeps fighting. Did he get enough?
I think he did. Well, it's going to be close. That's only 30 seconds left, so.
See where they mark it. Either way, we're And they're going to call it a first down. So that will do it. As MDI will be able to salt it away here. They're going to take home a 43-22 victory, barring another late score here. And they start the clock. Phillips checking with the official there to see if they have to run a play here.
I guess it's more than 30 seconds. It's 30.9, so yeah, they would probably have to take one knee.
And they do indeed take a knee, and that is going to do it. 4 seconds left. And the MDI Trojans defeat the Bucksport Golden Bucks here tonight at Carmichael Field by a final of 43-22. Bucksport now 1-2. MDI improves to 2-1. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with the post-game show. This is the BDN Maine Game of the Week.
Exclusive savings are happening at a Tradewinds location near you. Save big with our happy hour specials every day from 4 to 6 p.m. Grab a family size one-topping pizza, $6.99. Get 1 pound of our tender boneless wings, $6.99. A full pound of our locally famous buffalo wings, $6.99. Or 1 pound of our crispy french fries, just $2.99. Get this bundle deal and save 50%. Score even more with extended hours on Sunday at a Tradewinds location near you.
Choosing the right school for driver's ed has never been more important. Northeast Driving School has been the leader in driver training since 1969. Greater Bangor's #1 team of instructors is experienced, professional, and dedicated to its students. Northeast offers a variety of weekday and weekend courses. Call 942-1769 or sign up at northeastdrivingschool.com.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family Tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect Drive Over Mower Deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
We're back here at Carmichael Field. Jim Churchill, Ernie Clark, along with the BDN Maine Game of the Week crew. And this one is a final here tonight. The MDI Trojans improve to 2-1 as they defeat the Bucksport Golden Bucks by a final of 43-22. All right, Ernie, thank you for your work here tonight. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right, we'll see you next week. Also, thanks to Kim Mitchell, our director from Digital Workshop. We've got Chelsea McKay, who was instrumental in tonight's broadcast, Mark Paulette from Sportsnet Maine, Brandon Rowe. Also, and cannot forget Jay Baines, better known as Jay from Hamden. All right, that's going to do it for tonight's broadcast. I'm Jim Churchill. The final score, once again, the MDI Trojans 43, the Bucksport Golden Bucks 22. This has been the BDN Maine Game of the Week.